The Truth About Peking Man by Remarkable Republican, the man who brings you the truth with truth-flavored bias. So, as some of you know, Peking Man is supposed to be this fancy ape man in Peking, China, which is part of the Homo erectus species, which was the precursor of modern man. Okay, so here's three major problems right off the bat. If this is an example of Homo erectus, then how do we explain the fact that Homo erectus in China and Africa and Europe are all the same, but yet we have different races? We have largely three different races, Orientals, Africans, and whites or Caucasians. So how does this one species become three different species? That doesn't make sense, and it's not explained by anything in evolution. Two, Homo erectus could just be some kind of ape, or it could be a person who's like retarded or deformed, but we can't really consider that because of political correctness. What I would tell you is this: don't let political correctness prevent you from being correct. And thirdly, the Chinese are probably fabricating this whole shebang just to make themselves relevant and attract some Western tourism. After all, the fact that they're willing to mint a damn coin about this shows you that they are not taking this as a serious scientific investigation, but rather as an opportunity to make a buck, just like the same way that they cash in on popular American ideas and shows, and how the Chinese wait for the Russians to develop weapons and then just copy the shit out of them, mercilessly. What we also see is that we should never really expect the Chinamen to have the same standard of truth that we in the West, with our Christian traditions and values, hold dear. And along with all of science's other hoaxes, because now we've established that Peking Man is not what it says it is, we can see that evolutionism is not something that we should put our faith in. It is not worthy of belief. But the other point I want to highlight is to go back to the idea of science and what it does. So we know for a fact that Oriental science is not practiced with the same kind of rigor that we expect in the West. And the problem with evolutionists is that they're willing to accept evidence from anywhere, even if the people doing the research are not qualified, as Chinamen are not. And we're also taking information that means something to them and like their own culture, and nobody really understands their culture except them. They're not going to like explain it to us, so we got to be careful about overreach. And the other thing is that we got to understand something about Chinamen. Like, look, they're very different than us. They believe in dragons and ghosts, and we don't anymore. We're beyond that. We know that those things are just pagan myths and that they're not to be trusted. They also think that sugar chicken is health food, so, their knowledge of science is not very good. And we really have to be careful about trying to let them piece together skeletons and then tell us what they mean. I will only be willing to seriously consider Peking Man as some sort of scientific Homo erectoid thing if the Chinese will step aside and let some American scientists who are actually qualified and have actual training go in and check this out. So those are my thoughts on it. This has been Remarkable Republican, bringing you the truth with truth-flavored bias, signing out.